Hey, welcome to Marla Guides, aka Third Eye, and I'm back here with another channel message. How's it going? I don't have a channel song, but I have a channel message. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So the channel message. Chosen ones, we are sent here to help bring Earth unconditional love and healing. Darkness has took over Earth, and God and the divine is disappointed. The chosen ones are all over the world. They all have missions to complete, and if anyone that tries to interfere, there will be repercussions. The chosen ones are here to help bring Earth to a new high. Their chosen ones are here to help bring Earth to a higher frequency and a higher vibration. This is a new Earth, and we must get rid of all the darkness. So that was the channel message. I got this download and it made me start thinking about like a lot of stuff. Um, like a lot of the chosen ones or a lot of gifted spiritual people have been through a lot of things in their life. A lot of trauma. They fought a lot of demons, a lot of battles. They went through a lot of spiritual warfare. And these people, the chosen ones, the gifted ones, they are, people would consider them to be weird and different. And it's not that they're weird or if well, they are different. I'm not gonna say they're weird because they're not weird. They're different. And that's good because chosen ones, they're not here to be like everybody else. Chosen ones literally stand out even when they're not trying to. Chosen ones are most for the most part, chosen ones are hidden in plain sight. But we're at a time where chosen ones have to be brought to the forefront. Chosen ones are so we're like they're so used to be in the background because they prefer that because they know what it's like when all the attention is on them. Not all attention is good attention, Um, but chosen ones are being forced to be in the spotlight. They're being forced to be in the center instead of being background characters. Chosen ones are going to be the popular one. They're going to be the main character. And it's not like high school when you're the popular girl or no. The chosen ones are about to be popular for being different, for being unique, for just not being like everybody else. And going to recognize and see that and they're going to celebrate that. Obviously, you're going to have some people who don't like you. That's everywhere. That's whoever, haters, but we're not focusing on them. We're focusing on the good things. Chosen ones. You have a divine orchestrated mission to complete and you are meant to bring unconditional love to Earth because the Earth has so much darkness wandering on Earth. So much darkness. It's the darkness of, the kingdom of darkness has taken over a lot. And so many people chose to go to the dark side and for their own reasons. But the divine and God is because it was so many people who choose to do wrong. They chose greed and envy and power over integrity. And the divine is just looking and just disappointed. But God has his angels, his warriors, his fighters, his chosen ones that are placed all over the world to help fight this darkness. Um, the chosen ones has a mission to fulfill, and like I said in the when I was reading the channel message, anything tries to interfere with divine orchestrated missions that the chosen ones are supposed to fulfill, there will be repercussions. And people are getting repercussions because it's so many, it's like people just can't mind their business. Like, people just hate the chosen ones because they hate themselves. That's literally what it is. People hate themselves and they have this self hate. They want the chosen ones to hate themselves. And it's like, no, you're not going to project that onto me, the chosen ones, because you don't like yourself. So many people are starting to get karma and reap what they sow for trying to interfere with divine orchestrated missions. The chosen ones are here to bring earth to a higher frequency because of the kingdom of darkness has taken over for so long. We're at a time where enough is enough. The divine is mad and upset, and the vibration, if the vibration doesn't um go up, as in like the vibration doesn't get to a higher frequency, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Like literally, like the they're going to show that they are upset, and it's going to be so many different ways that it's going to be so like noticeable. Like, yeah, the divine is upset, God is upset, because earth needs love, but people feel like love is weak. No, love isn't weak. Love is one of the highest frequencies that you can operate out of. And people who operate darkness, they don't know what love is. A lot of the people who operate from darkness, they never been loved. They don't know what love is. These are people who are stuck in their trauma. Doesn't matter what age they're in, but they're stuck in their trauma. They refuse to heal. They refuse to get guidance, get counseling, get therapy. They refuse to do the work to be better. And they project negativity and evilness and darkness on everybody else so they can feel their pain, their wrath. And that's how they continue to spread darkness. These people have entities and demons attached to them, and since they have such a low frequency, they are so easily they can easily get entities and demons attached to them because they're so low vibing. They're so low vibing, they can get stuff easily attached to them. That's why you always need to bring your frequency up. That's why it's always important to stay protected, cleanse yourself, meditate, take spiritual baths. If you don't have a bathtub, take a spiritual shower. Just your intentions into it is always the key. You know, and if you need help with cleansing, I do offer that. I do also offer personal readings. I put all that in my description box. But if you would like a one-on-one personal with me to get more insight and guidance, you will have to message me on my Instagram. Um, and it's Marla Guides, but I have all this in the description box. Um, but it's so many people who are operating from darkness, and they've been operating from darkness for so long that they don't even know what light, what that even mean. They wouldn't even know how to operate in the light. Like, if they would have tried to be like quote quote good and operate from the light, it would look so fraudulent. It would look so fraudulent, so fake, because they're like, it's like they're trying to force it. It's because they've been wearing that mask. They've been evil for so long. It's like trying to put on a pair of shoes that are too small and trying to walk in them knowing your fucking feet hurt and your toes are jammed in the goddamn shoe and pretending like they don't hurt when you know they hurt. Trying to wear a fucking button up shirt that's tight as hell and the buttons are getting ready to pop, but you trying to act like the shirt fits. Like trying to force stuff. It's like if they were trying to force being good, it would look so fraudulent. Like they're just so consumed of being evil that they just accepted their fate. Like these are like it's so many people who have like a fate, like their fate is just darkness, be in purgatory for so long because they have done so much unjust on earth, and they will be reincarnated again, and they will have to go through all this karma that they have waged on earth in this lifetime. They will have to pay those karmic debts in the next lifetime. But the divine, they are ready for this new earth. The new earth needs to be a higher frequency, um higher vibration. They're ready for the spiritual leaders to take over. They're ready for to be heard, to be recognized. So it's like they need to get the darkness out slowly but surely. The darkness needs to get out. The divine is tired. No more. They are disappointed in how people have treated Earth, and just how they treat each other and how they just are so nasty. It's just the chosen ones who've been misjudged and just been labeled as weird. You're not weird. You're not crazy. You are a chosen one. And you know that. You were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to be like everybody else. You were meant to stand out. You were meant to be your own person. You were meant to be a trendsetter. You were meant to inspire other people. And that's what is your mission, and to is to inspire. That's part of your mission actually, is to inspire people. You will be brought into and no matter how much you want to go back behind the scenes, this is your time to finally shine and to finally be recognized for who you are on the inside, for what you possess, for what you can do. Subconsciously, you've been wanting to be seen in that way for your who you are spiritually, your gifts to be seen subconsciously, but you do have a self doubt in you because you are scared and afraid, and you know, you are scared, but that is the darkness that wants you to feel like that. This is your time to finally be seen in your glory for who you truly are and what you're truly meant to do on this earth. You will be brought to the spotlight. You will have an opportunity. Something will happen. I don't understand. I can't fully see what the thing is, but something's going to happen. I'm not going to say it's good. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just something's going to happen where you are going to be brought into the spotlight, and people are going to, and you're going to even share your gifts, or someone or whoever is going to see something about you, and they're going to say something, and it's going to throw you off a little bit because you don't normally talk about spiritual stuff. You don't normally talk about that part of yourself to people. But something's going to happen, and they're going to bring it up, and you are going to talk about it, or they're going to ask you about stuff. They're going to just be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, so shocked and just so, like, amazed. But for so long you hid because you knew what your gifts and everything like that, it was an issue, and you wanted to keep that part of yourself hidden. And you have your right, you have every reason to feel like that, every reason, because yes, you do go to, and you do go through spiritual warfare, so it's the reason why. But you know how to master spiritual warfare. You know how to go through these trials and tribulations. So the divine and God right now wants you to embrace being in the spotlight, little little by little, because you are someone I'm picking up that is very shy. And I'm not saying you're shy, like timid or anything. It's just you are reserved, and you are selective. And that also is because you are spiritual, and because you do pick up on energy and vibes and auras and all that good stuff. And that can throw you off a little bit. Whew. But the divine is ready for you to step in that leadership role, that spiritual guru, advisor, teacher role that you are meant to be in. Because it's so many people who are fake, who pretend to be that, the spiritual leader, teacher, when they don't even know half of what it takes to really be a spiritual teacher. See, a lot of these people do it for aesthetic and to look superior. A lot of these people who pretend they have never been through no ego deaths, never had any type of awakening, they do it because they want some type of control. They want to feel superior when they are so wicked on the inside, so nasty on the inside. The people who pretend to be these spiritual teachers, they are operating from their ego. And when you have spiritual gifts and when you have this knowledge, you have to go through a level of ego deaths. The people who operate um from their spirit, like people who operate out their ego, you can't be some type of spiritualist when you operate in your ego. When you try to make yourself feel superior than other people, you're still in your ego, which means you didn't have an ego death, which means you are pretending. You just want to feel superior and better than everybody else. You have a control issue, which means you have some type of disability, and that's fine. A lot of people do have mental health issues, and I encourage everybody to get checked out. I'm not a professional when it comes to stuff like that, but a lot of people who do have who pretend to be these spiritual teachers, they have this superior complex when they feel like they're better than everybody else. They're above, they like having control, they want control. That's all it is. Control. That is all it is. They don't want to be controlled, but they rather control everybody else. And a lot of the times they don't control with good intentions, and they're operating out of a very low vibrational frequency. So means they are easily can get attacked from different entities and demons and stuff like that. They are able to get stuff attached to them because they're operating from such a low vibrational frequency. Um, but those fake leaders, they're going to be shown publicly that they are fake. They're phony. They will be humiliated. And the real leaders, the real spiritual teachers, the real ones with the actual gifts, the ones who don't want to be seen in the public eye, really, the ones who rather be in the background, those people are going to be pushed into the spotlight, into the forefront, and their gifts will be shown. Their gifts will be talked about, admired. Some will be scared, intrigued, and envied. But who cares about the envy? No one cares about that. They're only jealous because it's not them. But people will love you and your gifts, what you can do, what you do. They will look at you as this teacher that you are. They will come to you like you're the mentor because you are. People will people will be amazed at what you can do. This is part of your destiny. This is part of your mission to inspire people, to help people, to guide people, to heal people, to bring people unconditional love, to show people that with healing, it does get better. A lot of these people, they don't want to heal because the only thing they know is pain. Only thing they know is darkness. Trying to heal a wound is like opening that wound and stabbing it all over again. But you're meant to show them that it's okay. It's always better on the other side. You're meant to show them unconditional love, and they might not show you no love or anything back, but you're here to be the example. You're here to lead by example. You're here to show them the way, and they can jump on that wave and they can follow your lead or they can stay on the sidelines. It doesn't matter. But you're here to guide them. And a lot of these people who are operating from their darkness, they are lost souls who really needs some guidance and a way through life. But they refuse to ask for help because they do have pride and ego. And I'm telling you, when you operate from that ego, it can be it when you're operating from the ego, you're stopping yourself from actually being your highest version of yourselves. Because ego driven is like 3D. It's like you're still in your 3D mindset. But when you are operating out of your higher self, you are operating from a higher frequency that is connected to the 5D, the fifth dimension. We all need help. It's okay to ask. Some people can ask easier than other people. I have also, it is a lot of people who are operating in the darkness who actually are considering getting help and operating from the light because they are getting tired actually of their own BS. They're getting tired and they're good. They want to be better. Some of them are actually genuine. Some of them are actually what's the word? Are tricksters. They're like trickster spirits. Like they're pretending. Like I said, they're pretending to be something they're not. It's like I said, trying to put on a pair of shoes, knowing that they don't fit and your feet hurt, but you're trying to act like everything's fine. They're just pretending. No matter what, the chosen ones, they're being brought to they're being brought to the front, to the center stage, because they have things that they need to accomplish. They need to show people the way, and they can't do that when they're in the background. The kingdom of darkness, it's only a matter of time before, because at the end of the day, light always outweighs dark. You need light to balance out the dark, you need dark to balance out the light. But right now, in this new age, the darkness will lose. And the people who participated in darkness for stupid reasons, they will have consequences to pay. Mm, that's the message.